Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Fiend Metal, and we're not in the wagon today. Okay, so if you guys are new to the channel, you might not have seen that I've been building my 93 Impreza wagon specifically for off-road racing, including the series Hooptie X, which is related to Gambler 500, which the wagon was originally built for, and as well as running some rallycross and Jeep racing. Now, in the last couple of videos, I'm really kind of pushing to get the wagon done, and I was on track to have it with me today until last night. So last night in my last video, you guys might have seen that the camera cut out for a while, and then it came back with me talking about having dropped my knife on the radiator, and it sucked. And by the end of the night, though, I thought I had it fixed. I'd soldered the radiator, and I thought it was going to hold. But when I came out the next morning, today, I unfortunately found this. Yeah, that's a big puddle of water underneath my car. Now, the wagon will be finished. Obviously, I'm going to have to fix the radiator, and I think I'm just going to end up using my TIG welder to do it, just to simplify things a little bit instead of dealing with solder. Just do a little fusion weld or whatever I need to do and get it fixed. I did leave it. The wagon is at the shop right now, draining its radiator completely out. The cooling system open, so it should sit for a few days. I shouldn't have to have any issues with it when I remove the radiator and start working on it. There should be no water in it, no nothing. So at least we got that going for us on it. So if the wagon's what I was focusing on, then I switched to my backup car, the Coupe, which is my other rallycross car, and this is why I keep a fixed backup car. One car runs, the other car gets modified if both cars aren't running, and neither one needs modification, however you say that. If both cars are running and neither one's getting modified, then I'm working on a different project. But I try to work on one project at a time, as well as not tearing into multiple things at once. A repair is a repair, but not cutting apart a car to make major changes. So there's that. Now we are on our way to Hooptie X. It's Thursday, so I'm heading down a day early. The reason I'm doing that is because I volunteered to work the morning shift tomorrow morning, so I need to be there early, and I don't feel like trying to drive 3 hours or more to be there at 9 a.m. So, with that being said, though, all year that I've been driving my Coupe, it's air-conditioned, cruise-control Coupe with obviously an automatic transmission. But the air conditioning didn't work. So, in the last-minute fixes I did, I cranked up the AC machine, and the Coupe now has all of the wagon's air conditioning parts that I can swap over to it reasonably. Swapped over, and it's blowing ice cold air conditioning. So if I can't go in style, I might as well be comfortable, right? The wagon's usually kind of styled a certain way, and very comfortable to drive because its air conditioning obviously worked. But, you know, I figured it was a worthwhile modification since it's supposed to be pretty hot this weekend. Now, I'm not going to force you guys to watch me drive down there this time. Usually, the Gambler 500 is a big video for me. But, since I'm not actually running the Gambler 500, since it's all changed due to COVID-19 and stuff like that, I'm not doing all the off-road trails, and obviously I'm not in my off-road car. I'm in my pretty much stock coupe that I like, and I want to take a little bit better care of, even though it's a race car. I don't want to be, you know, trail crawling and smashing in my rockers and stuff like that. So we're not going to generally try to go on the hard trails. We're not out to not have a good time. You know, we're out to enjoy ourselves, but race cars and a good time is what this weekend's all about. So, I'll talk to you guys probably tomorrow morning after I get down there, or worst case scenario, if something goes wrong on the way down there. Right now, everything's looking good. Oil pressure, temperature, all of it's in the green. So, I'll see you guys when I'm back. Alrighty, so it's Friday morning, and I made it to Hooptie Cross. So, I am COM 7 for the morning, which means I get the big drop turn, which on camera doesn't look as intimidating as it actually probably should be. But they also did cut the corner out down there. So, last year there was a tree I believe I ran over right about there. So, course changes, but we're going to get to racing here in a little bit, and it's probably just going to be pretty much me shooting footage of other people. So let's get to it and see how many people run in the morning.
Second car is on the track. You know what, let's change that to COM 5, so is that Neil at COM 5?
Oh yeah? Yes sir, yes sir. Steer brake. You ready?
Copy. Signal clear. Signal clear, can you? Clear, Doobie. Send him Blue Dakota. Clear 5. Sending Dodge. We have a stalled truck on the start. Going on.
Alrighty, so we're back, and I think that went pretty well. There was a lot of good racing. My buddy Sean has the fast time. Unfortunately, he broke at a part of the track that wasn't near me. Now, action is cool, but, you know, we don't want to see action like rollovers and stuff like that, because that means somebody potentially got hurt, and we don't like seeing that. But there was a lot of good racing going on there. I primarily focused on Sean, the side-by-sides, and Randy and the Jeep. So we'll see how my laps go. Personally, I'm not going to be shooting a whole lot of other people during this time, but you know, I'm going to try and go out there. Sean has like a something 06. I don't know what it is, but he's fast lap for the day in car classes, so we'll see. I'm usually not too much slower than those guys, so we'll just see how it goes on this course. Alrighty, so I'm back, and guess what? It's Sunday, so you didn't miss a whole lot yesterday of what I was really doing. Now, I got some good racing footage, I think, and I think my times were consistent. I ran 3:31, and then I ran 3:30, and then I ran another 3:30, and then I ran a, on Sunday morning I got to run one run before my shift, and I ran a 3:33. So, it's not bad. I was consistent, but I did do some damage. And well, here's the pictures I got last night after I was done racing. I pushed the skid plate back a lot on this track. This track is pretty brutal, really. I mean, it's got just some pretty good like bumps and ruts and stuff like that. Coming through one section, I was trying to make up for time I felt I was losing, and I'll explain that in a second. But I was coming in hot, and rev limiter first gear, about 35 miles an hour, up over a crest and down into a drop, and there was a rut at the bottom, and I just right into the rut. The wall of dirt, I'm not sure if I got this one on video because I'm learning with the new cameras. Just a second. Alrighty, so I'm back, and as I was saying, I KO'd the front skid plate on the coupe. Here's the pictures if I didn't get a chance to say that already and show them to you. But it did pretty well. It's just, the bar didn't jack up the radiator support so much. It was actually the two front support struts that I built that hold up the weight of the skid plate. Those are what did it, because the bar, I keep saying the bar, it's the front bar of the skid plate shoved backwards. It didn't go up, it went back. And that's where I think the weak point was. The plate that I mounted it to actually bent. So, it's what happens when you're racing. Expecting to come out of every race weekend with zero damage would be completely impractical. So, I'll learn from it. I'll upgrade a little bit. I think I'm driving down the exit from crew parking for camping. I think I can repair the damage I did. I'm pretty sure I can. If not, I can upgrade. I know all the measurements for my skid plate, so I can still build the skid plates. That's not an issue. But, this is how you develop a product. You learn what the deficiencies are. Now, in all reality, I can make that a little bit stronger or a little bit more like springy, so it might have a little more give to it with like DOM tubing, not being HREW. But it did its job, and it didn't. My radiator's intact, my air conditioning condenser's intact. The car actually survived pretty darn well, so I can't complain too badly. Now, as far as the times go, the fast time for the weekend was Sean, which it usually is with us. Sean and Randy were two of the fastest all-wheel drive cars out all weekend, and they ran. Sean's fast time was a 3:06. It was his first lap. Of course, now mind you, the first lap of the day on the track was an immaculate track. It was just perfect. And then Randy got out on track in his Jeep, and he ran his fast lap for Saturday was a 3:08. With him running repeated 3:09s. But Sean slowed down a little bit after the first one because there's a big jump on track and stuff like that. And I'm just not, I don't know how much of the track you guys saw, but it's a great track, and I was really excited to get to run it, even if it wasn't in the wagon. I think that if I had brought the wagon, I might have done more damage to that car. coupe home at this point, and that's what really matters, I guess. Now, my times being 330s, I'm like, well, I really feel off the pace, but you know, the car just felt weird, and it was like, even for it didn't have power, and at least the power I was expecting to have up here. It's like, I've driven the wagon at this altitude, I know about what I should have, but it just felt off, and it wasn't clicking in my head. Then everybody's like, oh, well, you're at elevation for like 4,000 or 5,000 feet, and you're not, you know, you're still a 1.8 liter, and, you know, considering the 2.5 liters are barely, I think they're like 5 seconds faster than me usually, I was booking pretty good. But Saturday night, after all the timing was done, I'm just like, something felt different. The car wasn't running right. I took the air filter out. Here's a picture and a video of what I found. Yeah, that is a lot of dirt coming out of that air filter. And that's not even what was in the air filter box. We had to block off the MAF sensor and blow out the air filter box, and it was just a big thing, and it was pretty bad. Now, overall, I'd say the weekend was a success. I had a great time, got to hang out with good friends, meet new people, make new acquaintances, and just enjoy myself, and that's what it's really all about. I did like getting to see some of the big jumps, but I didn't get any footage of them because I was unfortunately working course while they were really doing the big stuff, and you know, that's part of life. You do what you do. So, with that being said, it was a great Gambler 500 Hooptie Cross this year at the OG event, and I hope to come back next year. I will come back next year. I don't care what I'm driving, and it'll be a blast then too. So, in the next video, we're going to be getting back to working on that wagon. I want it done and running. This is unacceptable that it's not, in my opinion. It needs to be finished. And I got a Gambler ring given to me. So, I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I hope you like what you see. I hope you want to see more of it. If you do, feel free to like and subscribe down below. You can also check us out over on Instagram and Twitter. Those are in the description down below as well as checking out the Facebook page and the Facebook group. I hope to talk to you next video. I hope you're staying safe, and have a wonderful day.